Hello guys, today we're gonna go walk through some strategy for Clashfronts. I will show you some options you have depending on how strong your guild is. If your guild is the strongest, there are several ways you can go about this. But if you're a bit of a weaker guild, the weakest one in the fight, there is actually some strategies you can do straight out. So this is round 1. And we have actually messed up here on the end server. Because you only need to send one unit over here to grab this one. Because no one can contest it until round 2. So it should just be one unit here and everyone else should be stacked over here. And you can mirror this on no matter what side you're on. So for example, if you're over here, you can put one unit down here and all the rest in here. If you're down here, you can put one unit here, everyone in here. If you're down here, you put all in units here and one here, for example. So no matter what side your guild is on, you can mirror this strategy. So what I would do is put all of them in here, of course, like I just mentioned. And if you lose this round and you don't get this one, you kind of have to look around and see who else made it and who didn't. Let's say we are over here. So round 2. We will have this one for sure, so we can either go and attack over here or over here. If these guys win over here, we can actually just defend that one. So let's say we lose this battle over here, which we most likely will. But we have this over here and they win. What I would do is put down some defense over here. Push down here and attack them. Because they need to split their focus all over the place. Because they need to either defend that or attack that one. They need to defend that one or attack that one. So this team all of a sudden have 4 different options they need to do. You really gotta be adaptive with your strategy on this. There is like no fixed solution that's a miracle. But if you're the weaker team, I think this is the best. So if these guys win over here, they're probably gonna start splitting, just defending this one and split here. Because these are worth double points over here. So they won't be defending this one. And if you're a weaker guild, it's all about grabbing the points that other one aren't grabbing, basically. So if you can secure this one, you can put down some defenses here, but you attack that one and you try to attack this one again if you lost it. If you won, I think you just hold this one. Like puts like half your guild on defense just here. Or even further, depending on how it looks down here. Like, you need to be adaptive like crazy. Because depending on how your round is playing out, you can't just go with a fixed strategy. But the strategy in the beginning is that it's like the first moves in chess, you know? It's kind of fixed and you just go with it. But that's what you need to do, and after that you need to adapt. So I had one strategy there where I showed you if this guy is really strong and goes on, you can go grab that one. And then just try and grab this one again. Or attack it. Either defend it or attack it, depending if you won or not. And that's basically the weaker guild strategy. Try and grab those around. That can still give you some points, so maybe you can get top 2. Because splitting your focus too much won't grab you any points anyways. So then, if you're a huge whale guild or you're the strongest guild, just in general, in here. So let's start with the same example over here. You still only put one unit over here, and you go all in attack here. If you win this one, you most likely will if you're the strongest one. If everyone got their heroes built properly. Yeah, I think a lot of people will actually overthink this mode. But I think if you win this fight over here, and these guys win the fight over here, you definitely go in and attack here. You don't have to defend this one anymore. Because you will have this one over here as well. And since you won this one, you're already 100 points ahead of these guys. So it doesn't really matter if they grab that one. But what would be really good for you is grabbing this 200. Because even if they get that 100 back, you're still 100 points ahead. And you can keep that one. And you can put down some defenses over here. But most likely they will just attack with all the forces again. And if you grab this side, you can kind of secure how many people can attack you. So I just think it's all about grabbing this middle part if you're the strongest guild. So I would just not defend this one at all, making sure you get that 200 points. And after that, it depends so much on how everything plays out. But if you win that one, of course you should go in and attack the headquarters. Then I just believe it's something in between where you need to defend. You need to defend both the 200 pointer and the headquarters while you're attacking. And just balance it out there. But you also have to figure out the power between all the different guilds and so on. It's gonna be rough because you can be attacked from so many places at once. And you also have to consider that everyone is risking losing their way to attack the headquarters, like it's called. It's really, really rough. And only time will tell, but there you have some beginner or some starting strategy if you want to go out with that, but you need to adapt depending on how you think the others is gonna attack as well. How you can spread out your guild the best way and get the most out of it. So what I did was save one of my Supreme lineups. Might look a bit weird, but this has kept me on like top 30 in Supreme Arena the entire time. Just swapping these around depending on who I'm attacking and so on. And depending on what bonuses is for that week's Supreme Arena. But you can swap it around and feel what works out better for you. So here we have full out Mauler. And they are really strong, but if you're missing someone here, you could just replace them. For example, this Brutus. If you have Valka, you could probably put her in as well and you should be fine. She's really strong actually now in PvP, so you could do that. By the way, I'm also gonna link the formation ID down below. And I might build 3 other teams just in case you wanna do some more. And this one is just all about stalling and being really, really tanky. That's why I got the Snowman as well, so not only are we really, really tanky, but we're also doing that damage over time with Bonnie. So this is all about stalling. And maybe you need to put in another nuker. And you could do that if you wanted to. Maybe you want to put in someone like Tassie. That could probably work as well. The third team is just all out control. And what you could actually do is, if you don't have Talene here, and if you don't have Hewin up either, you could just swap them around like this. And you could put... I'd probably put like that, because the charms from almost convert some damage to true damage. So it could just be nice to have that extra on the Arden, for example. Just boosting his damage a bit more. Also making sure with Almost here we have longer controls and so on. And remember, we need the buff tiles here as well for the seasonal effect. So that's really nice as well to keep that going. So some units you might have to adjust a bit if you don't have them upgraded. If you don't have a Pesto. Man, who would you even put in if you don't have Pesto here? Probably Valka. I'll probably swap in Valka there and just leave this lineup as it was. And this one is really strange, by the way. because the Mauler buff tiles is on Shakir and Brutus here. So that's a quick one. I don't know much about the PvP lineups. If you want like a more in-depth and probably some better teams, you could go and check out Turtle Egg's video. I'm gonna try and link it down below as well. He has really good strategies of Clashfronts as well, and he's a really good PvP player and got some really good teams going. So make sure you check out his video as well. As always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.